Alrighty, we just got started. Welcome back again, everybody. Budo is here. As always, we're going to take a look at what we can do for the time being in Bitcoin and as well as in cryptocurrencies. Welcome back, friends. It's going to be a great episode today. We're going to take a look at a lot of different news. And tonight, we're going to do a live stream with possibly with our phone. And it's going to be an interesting episode as well. But look, I got to tell you guys one thing. We got a couple of news that are really interesting when it comes to the cryptocurrency market. And I want to show you guys that and also take a look at the altcoins before we start the week. Because as you guys know, this week could be a big week for crypto and specifically for the altcoins. We're going to see exactly what's going to happen. But look, we got to pay attention to these altcoins, right? So let's straight up jump into it. A lot of people has been asking me about a couple of altcoins. So I want to take a look at them as well. First news that we have, Bitcoin and Ethereum are in early adoption, says Bloomberg Intelligent Analyst. I think this guy has a great point. We have been talking about this the last couple of days and show you guys a specific chart that is proving this saying. And that thing is over here. When you divide everything by monetary base, which is measuring what Fed is doing with their purchases and the balance sheet, it is giving us a lot of different things when it comes to that. You know, you can say how much money is existing in the current ecosystem with the money, money supply data points. You can divide everything by money supply. You can divide everything by M1, M2 or monetary base. And you see a similar chart, which I am showing you right now, which tells you exactly how much we have been stimulating the economy and what is the best asset class to hold your dollars into or hold your euro into or whatever it is, right? And this chart that I'm about to tell you is exactly proving that, right? And we talk about this for a long time when we called the 29K bottom, and when we were saying this is the time to accumulate, the rally hasn't started, that we were saying the same exact thing. And right now, if you ask me, Buddha, what can I do? Can I buy this? Can I sell this? What can I do? It's the time to definitely buy it, okay? All right, you believe me, you don't believe me, nothing is certain in this life. I'm not going to go into the, master class over here to explain you exactly how you can actually start investing and diversifying and slowly, gradually accumulating, because that's another subject. But definitely, according to many tools per se, and according to this model, it's a definite buying opportunity. All right, some people could argue about otherwise, or I'm not going to go into like disputing their thesis or whatever the heck it is. The simple thesis is there's a lot of people selling right now. A lot of people are fearful, so you don't even have to think about it. And when you take a look at this chart, that proves you that, okay? Maybe we can go down a little bit further. I'm not saying that we can't, but it's the time to accumulate. If the prices drop and you're not able to accumulate, you're never going to buy it. It's not going to be possible, guys. You know, even if we go down to $22,000 to carve that bottom and then go up to another level after that, you're not going to be able to buy it. You should be able to buy it slowly, gradually, right? And when we take a look at this chart, guys, one thing that I can prove it to you is that, we have retested 2017 top acting as a support. I'm not even talking about all the money printing. We just in a normal cycle in Bitcoin. But this cycle is a lot different than any other cycles because this is Bitcoin. Do not try to look at the past to estimate the future. That's not going to happen with Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. This is an asset that has just existed in the last 14 years. We just got started, And since we just got started, so you should not be expecting any kind of actions that are normal according to the previous experiences that you had, because it's not going to be normal. This chart is not going to look like any other asset. This is just going to be looking like Bitcoin. And it's true with US 100, it's true with US 500, it's true with other assets like Ethereum, AVAX, Solana, Polkadot. They all have their own specific journey in this reality. And when we take a look at this chart and divide everything by monetary base, that gives us a really different picture regarding what we are seeing in the charts. Because when you take a look at the charts, for the US 500, for the S&P 500, for other assets, they're still in a recessionary time period. That is the reality. That's the blue pill stuff that nobody will ever tell you, okay? So if you like that blue pill stuff, do not forget to smash the like, subscribe as well, join the Discord. Let me show you guys this. This is a beautiful chart over here. What do we got? US 500 chart. It is telling you one thing. We dropped like a rock back in March 2020 and we weren't able to recover. We were just going sideways. And we retested the bottom end of the value, right? Bottom end of the range for the smaller range over here. And we are at a support location and possible long opportunity or buying opportunity that we had last week. And we told you this. And you guys know about it. And that was the opportunity. And right now, we have the same opportunity in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and NFTs and everything. And right now, we are in that time period, guys. Come on. It's about to be over. It could be over in a time, you know. Maybe we're going to go lower and it's going to be a more opportunity, but I doubt that a little bit, okay? As a lot of people are bearish. But look, if you were to go down to all the way down over here from this level to this level, would I be surprised? Probably not, you know. Probably not. If you were to go all the way up to 50K, would I be surprised? No. What I expect is a ranging action over here. You know, not like, you know, possibly ranging opportunities a lot higher than just straight up going, but it can still straight up go. Doesn't mean that we're not going to accumulate next week. No, we probably will accumulate. And I would prefer if you were to drop over here to accumulate, actually, another 5% next week, because we already bought 2% this week in AVAX and Solana. And I want to buy a little bit more next week, which is the upcoming week, tomorrow and possibly on Wednesday or Friday. I want to get in a little bit more. So, and I want to tell you guys one thing. When you compare any other asset class with Bitcoin, right, it is the best asset class to get in. If you want to cover yourself from like inflation, it's the best asset class. But the point that people miss is that it's really volatile. By the time they get in, they look like a dumbass by the time it drops down to 15K. You know, why? Because they get in at the top and they weren't able to buy slowly, gradually, all the way down. Like if you're buying an asset which only has like 21 million Bitcoins out there, right? You are buying into something, a network or a system or a, whatever you call it, a monetary network, which is only having a 21 million Bitcoins ever existing. That's what you're buying yourself into. Even though it still has inflation because of the mining, even though it has a lot of factors that has already bought in and that made a lot of money that can dump on you, you're buying into a network where there's only 21 million Bitcoins. So at some point in the future, if people are interested into this, which we know they are, we're going to see this thing to be at crazy valuations if people don't sell, right? That's the simple fact. And also, with the COVID stimulus and everything that the governments are doing, the fiat currencies are a dying breed. You're buying into a dragon egg, which can turn out to be the biggest dragon out there that can change your entire life. And what's really weird is that by the time you talk about stuff, everybody thinks that it's a get rich, you know, quick scheme and everything like that, you know. At least a lot of people who are not getting into. And I love that. You know, I love the fact that they are thinking this way. You know why? Because by the time they look back at it, it's going to be a big opportunity missed for them. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I missed this again. Just like the .com or whatever. Because they can't buy the dips. They can't buy if this thing drops down to like 10K or 11K or 15K or 20K or like whatever it is, you know, whatever the scenario is. It doesn't really matter. We went up from like $3,500 to $69,000, guys. You know, if you were to drop down to 11K, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really change a lot of stuff. And obviously, a lot of people are going to argue against this fact. But for the actual hodlers and people who believe in it, it's not going to matter because they get into this fully knowing they can lose all their money. But also, they know there's a good chance that they're going to multiply their money in the future because this thing only has a 21 million existing. It's true with NFTs. Like people are creating NFTs left and right, and they all have limited supply. What do you think if a community is growing like as fast as ours, comes out with an NFT and sells it to you for like cheap prices, and by the time we go up to like 100K subs, there's going to be a shitload of people trying to buy it because let's say we only sold it for 100 of them, you know, or something like that. There's going to be millions of people trying to get into it after you, meaning that the prices are going to skyrocket. So obviously, I'm not going to do that just to grab some cash from you guys. No, that's not who I am. And I will never do it. I will do it unless like there was like a value or some kind of a proposition that you will get in return, and that will be a brain dead deal for you. That's the only way that I would do it. Just to create that, you know, gift for you guys. Because you guys support me, you know, that's the simple reality. It's not like we are trying to shill you guys to buy things and then trying to get you to leverage trading and everything. Because we don't want that, because we want the best for the ecosystem. We really care about you. And that's how people should be thinking right now, since we are still early. And this guy is totally spot on with it. He said we are still early. We are early. And if you think about this a little bit, a lot of people thinking that this get rich quick scheme or whatever the heck they call it, specifically the people who are at like boomer status, or like whatever you call them, like over 40 years old, I would say, or 50. You guys know them, the retirement guys. They have a lot of money that they have accumulated over the years. So that money hasn't really came in. The people who are getting in is like 20-year-old, 25-year-old, 30-year-old, the people who want to make it quick, make it quick to the top. That's the only people that are getting into it. So by the time you bring in the older generation, this is going to be the biggest wealth transfer that you guys ever seen. We're going to get all that money from them and bring out to the youngsters. That's literally it. Because they want to use the systems. So if you're not becoming a part of it and you're at that age, you're missing a whole lot. It's so much crazy world out there right now. And it's going to get only bigger. Like imagine, like I don't want to get into like telling you guys all this stuff because I want to take a look at all the news over here. So we will talk about that in another day. But look, let's take a look at this. Meta applies for trademark registration in Brazil for crypto-related services. Cyber vigilante hunts down DeFi scammers running away with 25 million rock pool. It's kind of interesting that this guy's going after them. We'll see what happens over there. I haven't really checked in. China pilots nationwide blockchain development over real-world use cases. We also have this channel over here that we are following, and we are about to break for the upside to go up to 42K. We weren't able to break that level yet, but we potentially could. Maybe we need to go down and take these lows over here before we can go up. So do not chase buy over here. This is not the time to chase buy. You can accumulate if you are accumulating in the long run, but the momentum hasn't turned up for the upside yet. You could technically take a long trade over here and have some stops over there. That would not be a bad idea, maybe. Who knows? But yeah. Let's take a look at Ethereum over here. Ethereum is also looking pretty good around like these prices, $2,400. I like that level. And that was the initial W that we had. So would not be surprised if we go sideways over here a little bit. We mark these two levels. So this is the upper end. This is the lower end. Go up, go down, go up, go down. So that kind of an action. That's what I'm expecting for the time being. And tonight, we probably won't be able to take a look at altcoins, but I want to take a look at some altcoins that you guys may be interested in. Let's take a look at Cardano, sitting around $1. I think it's time to accumulate it a little bit. You guys see there's a green buying opportunity. The last time we had it were over here. If you keep receiving greens like this, that's when we understand actually, like in the fourth green that we receive, if the price is still dropping, that could be a massively bearish year ahead. That's what it, like this needs to turn over here. It doesn't hold these levels, then we may be in trouble in Cardano. So just make sure that you are managing that risk. And I have some cash on the sidelines in worst case scenario, right? Compound is also looking kind of interesting. We dropped like a rock though. This is not an uptrend, obviously. We have been sliding, grinding our way lower. And yeah, there's one heck of a lot going on right now on this. It almost seems like everything is like kind of dying down a little bit. Like the crypto wave is like kind of died down since last year. And yeah, a lot of things are not looking that great. It's like this gradual dump that never ending, for a lot of altcoins. So by the time they turn for the upside though, I tell you what, if they turn for the upside, they turn for the upside quick. You will miss it. There's no way you're going to catch it. So we got to stay in the game, accumulate on a week basis, come back at the game tomorrow, make sure we have some cash on the sidelines, and just come back. Let's see what happens this week. I want to put in another 5%, as you guys know. So do not forget to smash the like, subscribe. I will see you guys on another video tonight around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take it easy for now, everybody.